Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BridgeBizness, baby. BridgeBizness. Come on, it's BridgeBizness, man. I got the homie Big Horse. Horse, this is a big day, man. This is a big day.
I'm excited about this one right here, man. I'm real excited about this one. What a way to end the year.
You've been talking about this for a long time. We've known our today's guest for a long time, man. I consider these dudes family. His father, Angel, himself. He's a proven champion himself, and he'll be fighting to really seal his legacy on December the 5th for the WBC and IBF welterweight championship against Errol Spence Jr. I partied with this dude. I rapped with this dude. I've hung out with this dude. Danny Swift Garcia is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Always nice talking to you, Sway. Nice to meet you, Horse.
Hey, nice to meet you too, champ. Nice to meet you too.
Sure.
You, Angel.
Yo,
what's up, brother? Thank you.
Hey, man, I gotta ask you right now, Danny. I'm gonna jump straight into it. I'm also a Terrence Crawford fan. You know, you and Terrence, I met you guys about the same time. And I just watched this fight against Kell Brook. And I think he surprised everybody by stopping him in the 4th round. We could come back to that. But in the end, when asked who he wanted to fight next, the only 2 names he really pushed heavy was either Errol Spence Jr. or Manny Pacquiao. When it's Danny Swift Garcia standing right there, you know, a champion in his own right. And it seems to me that when people are asking who you want next, they always seem to skip over your name. Is that offensive to you? Do you take that personally?
No, I don't take it personal at all, because I know come December 5th, Spence got his hands full, you know, and you got to get through me before you get through anybody else. And you know, I never been a walk in the park. I never been a guy who lay down. So you fight Danny Garcia, you got to bring your A game. We're gonna fight to the end. You know, I'm coming to win. I'm not coming to lay down. You feel me? So let them say what they want to say. You know, it's easy to say I want to fight him and I want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I just got to do what I got to do. I'm focused on December 5th. I'm not worried about nobody else like those guys are. So only time will tell.
He ain't worried, Horse. He said he ain't worried, Horse.
Yeah, he ain't. I'm asking one question real quick. Just I'm gonna show you if they. I know Danny ain't worried. Is there a remix clause in the contract?
I believe not. There's no rematch clause.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about now. Come on. I'm with Danny. I'm on that. Okay, as long as they ain't put no rematch or nothing in there, okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Errol Spence Jr., let's not pretend that this dude is going to be an easy walk in the park. You know, he is who he is for a reason. He's undefeated. There is some concern about him coming back from this accident. Is his body fully healed? When you think about your training, Angel, I'll take it to you because I know you do a lot of studying of his opposition, and you know, in the training sessions, you're the one giving a whole lot of insight to add to the training. Do you consider that? Are you considering the fact that Errol Spence Jr. may have damage, or you look over that?
Well, the thing is that the fight was supposed to be in January when we fought Red Catch. That was the date we were supposed to fight him. And then he got into that car wreck. So then that was our date. So we fought our Red Catch. But we were supposed to fight Spence then. So no, because the medical doctors, I mean, I think they cleared them. I mean, I'm not gonna put like say God bless Dan or whatever, whoever. If you have a major accident like that, because he, you know, I don't know if you looked at the video real good. When he flies out the car, he goes straight down on his face.
I saw that.
When the car flipped over, he comes right out, and he hits dead flush in the ground. So if a doctor clear you to fight with a guy like Danny, I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, say he and said that. I don't know his camp. I don't know his trainer's thinking. I don't know what the doctor's thinking. So I gotta worry about Danny, because at the end of the day, I'm hopeless against him. I can't judge him. So I know he's supposed to be 100% when he comes. I just want the fans and the people to understand that when Danny becomes champion, December 5th, I don't want to hear no bull crap, no excuses.
That's right.
Because you know, when Danny had bad decision, I call it bad decision with Thurman and Porter. We didn't cry the blues. I didn't blame Danny. He didn't blame me. We sucked it up, but we still here. You know, and December 5th, gonna shock the world again.
You hear that, horse? You hear that?
We're gonna shock the world. And if that 7-1, go get rich.
Hey, Danny, do you feel like this is the biggest fight of your career right now?
At this moment, this time, yes. You know, I feel like the time and the moment of it, yes, it is the biggest fight in my career. But I've been in some big fights. You know, I've been in some big fights, you know, with Amir Khan, Keith Thurman, Lucas Matisse. I've been in some real big fights. So those were real big fights too. This is another big fight, but I would say at this time in my career and this moment, yes, it is the biggest fight.
I feel like Danny is one of those fighters I've been watching for a very long. I mean, I've been watching Danny's fights for a very long time, and this fight is based on adjustments, right? It's right from the top. I'm gonna tell everybody out that's fight fans, this fight is based on adjustments. Danny know how to make great adjustments. The hardest fight I ever thought that you ever took that was kind of hard is when you went to Puerto Rico. I know it was a homecoming for your pops. Your pops was off the meter. Hey, Angel, I know you loved it, but I felt when you fought Mauricio Herrera, that was the hardest I ever seen you. I thought it was the fans, the atmosphere. I thought it was hard for you to focus out there. I think that was the hardest I ever seen you adjust. But any other fight you ever fought, I seen you make great adjustments, Danny. Great adjustments.
That fight, you know, it's just one of them nights, you know.
It was awkward.
No excuses. Was awkward. No excuses. I was physically ready, but mentally, my mind was on the beach. I was ready to go live life in Puerto Rico.
I knew that. I think that all your family. All the family out there.
But it's all good. You know, you live and you learn. That's what makes you a great champion when you go through things.
Yeah, but it also was awkward out there. Like people were in the locker room. Nobody was like keeping people away. It was like awkward. Like everybody was in the locker room. People really know you can't have people around your circle like that. When you focus on something in life, it's got to be you. It's like you having an artist in the studio recording music when you got 20,000 people watching. He might not want that. He want to be solo. He want to be with the light off.
Talk about that, Angel. You made a comment.
I said to you.
You said that the music business and boxing are just alike.
It's exactly the same because it's all the same with the politics, with the management, with the promotion. It's all the same bullcrap. Because you can have a great fighter and you can have an artist that's great, but he might not get the exposure he needs. And the one that didn't have no talent, or not talent, everybody has talent. But the one that you thought there was, Mickey Doodle, he makes it because of the bullshit politics. You know what I'm saying? That's how this shit works. But the difference between boxing and music, the difference I take away that the fighter could fight his way there. But if you don't get the fight to make him get there, he ain't going nowhere. Because you got thousands of fighters that can fight. The one that makes it is just, he slips the cracks in the politics. And then he came as an opponent for Morales in Texas. When they had Morales, they were grabbing him by his butt cheeks on a scale. Right there in front of my face. I'm telling you honest truth.
They was grabbing
shit about the sport. They were grabbing him by his butt cheek when he was weighing. His crew was grabbing him, and the commissioner sitting right there. And then he got out. By the time I could say something, they threw water in his mouth. Because now you can't weigh in again. And he was already 2 pounds. Yeah. Listen, brother, listen. In New York City, I love New York. I love the people. But what they did to me in New York was a lot of bullshit with Thurman. I'm not crying over it.
The Keith Thurman fight.
You don't call somebody racist that's not racist because I've been through this bullshit racist shit in this country. I came to this country when I was 5. My parents went through a lot of shit in this country, so I've been through that shit. My mom had to whisper to me at the fucking bus stop because they didn't want to. You couldn't talk Spanish in front of people because they would say, "You talking about me, motherfucker?" Can I curse on here?
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. You at home, Angel?
This is not MTV show, is it?
No, this ain't the MTV show. This the other one.
I'm only joking.
I love you too. Hey, man. And I'm gonna let Horse jump in. When you talk about the business and the politics of boxing, it makes this shit so dirty. Like, we don't get to see the fights we want to see. There's boxers who getting ripped off. I hate when I see the retired boxers. They don't have no money. They don't have no health insurance. And then most recently, when I heard Bob Arum say what he said about Terrence Crawford, how he lost so much money. To me, that's no fault of a Terrence Crawford. This dude is a champion. He holds a championship belt. So he's done his job. How does that change, man? How does the politics of boxing change? How can it become fair to the boxer?
Well, at the end of the day, there's so many secrets in this game.
Yeah,
nobody talks about each other. So if you know something, you won't tell me. Because it's a small world. And like what they say, where smoke is fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a small world. So let's say you're making good money, but you won't tell me. Because it makes it, I guess, where smoke is fire.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the bullshit, it's just a lot of bullshit. So you got all these managers brainwash these young kids. Now they got millions of belts, but they don't understand every time you get a fucking belt, you got to pay for that shit. That shit ain't free.
Right.
And that shit is cast iron. That's not even real gold.
School them, Angel, school them.
Yeah, exactly. But these young boys, they be like, oh, champion this, the 20,000 belts. You got to pay for that shit. That shit is not free. So you young boy, you know, you see yourself a champion. What the fuck? No money. Give me money. Mm-hmm. The belts are going to come.
It's going to come, right?
That's why they giving these belts away. You don't see every time you turn around, they can make a kid a champion. Why they never gave Danny one?
He earned it. He
had a fight for that. You're right.
No,
I'm just saying. I don't say he wants it. I'm not saying. I'm saying that he part of that politics. But I'm telling you, it was all odds against him.
Hey, you know what I love about this father and son duo right here with you and your son is that you're not like a Twitter father. It's like you're the type of father that be like, yo, my son will fuck you up. You know what I mean? Right. And you know what? You get underneath somebody's skin so much that they be like, yo, Danny, I'm fucking you up because your pops is getting on my nerves so much. So that's really a great marketing skill, and I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's
right. Because at the end of the day, man, you fighting. It's not like we playing. We're not going to play boxing. If I punch you in the tip of the nose, that hurts.
Because Danny quiet as hell. Danny ain't never really saying nothing. Danny just like, yo, Dad, what you say? You line him up, I'll lock him down. So your pops is out there lining him up like, yo, my son will bust your shit. You ain't no real champ. You ain't fight Danny yet. After a while, you keep hearing that buzzing in your ear. It gotta bother you. And actually, it been working for y'all, man. And I think that everybody that ran up against y'all.
I think we built a good. Yeah, we definitely built a good brand off that.
Absolutely.
I do all the talking. He do all the fighting.
That's right.
I'm the dog. You know, the barking dog but can't bite. I mean, bark but don't bite. He's the non-barking dog that bites.
Yeah. He ain't got the bark. He just got the bite. Hey, let me ask you.
Listen, I don't fight. I'm too old to fight. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Hey, Angel, I'm the same way, baby.
Oh, you're right. Listen, he ain't fighting these young boys.
Come on, man. Hey, let me ask you this because I love y'all sense of the business. And
thank you.
We never really hear, Mayweather exposed us to more of the business than any other boxer I know of, because he talked so much about his wins when it came to business and how he invested. Danny, I noticed that early on, that it wasn't always just about boxing for you. I mean, you brought a whole damn near record label to the show and people was spitting bars and then your sisters put out music. I had your sisters on the show. Yeah, man, I love the sisters, man. They call me Uncle Sway. As far as the business platforms, what is the Garcia family setting up for now, during boxing, and when boxing at some point it all comes to an end? What are you setting up for business wise?
Well, right now, as just as for me, and of course everything I do is for my family. So, but right now we investing in real estate. We're investing in stocks right now. I did a lot of research on stocks. Before a lot of people told me, be careful because you lose your money. But then I started reading books about like Warren Buffett. And he said it's only a risk if you don't know what you're doing. So I've been in stocks for like 4 years, and I made good money on there, and and real estate, I own about 8 properties right now, 8 round incomes. So I got passive income coming in. My goal is to have like high rises, like a high rise in Miami, a high rise in New York or Pennsylvania, wherever. So that's like my short term goal. And I want to do those things because the blueprint was set on real estate and stocks. You know what I'm saying? Like people showed you the blueprint. Like A lot of people don't like Trump, but he showed you the blueprint on real estate. You know what I'm saying? And Warren Buffett showed you the blueprint on stocks. So those are two ways I know I can go. This could be successful. You know what I'm saying? Like Jeff Bezos on Amazon and all that. That's good, but the chances are slim to make a business that big. So I wanna go with the for sure paths, like real estate. How 90% of the millionaires in the world are from real estate, and only 1% of the world is millionaires. So that's crazy. So I want to go with the real estate, and I want to go with the stocks. And then outside of that, that's like my long term. You know what I'm saying? That's my long term income after boxing. And outside, I just want to keep building my sisters, keep building the DSG brand. My clothing brand, keep marketing my brand. My sisters, my music label. Just keep on pushing, marketing that. And just the DSG brand, man, just keep going. And then in the future, start promoting boxing with the DSG brand.
Nice.
See, that's what I want to hear, Horse. You know what I mean? Like that makes me happy, right?
I also have another idea. Like when I'm done boxing, I want to start a firm that helps boxers do their taxes, create a 401k plan. You know what I'm saying? And set up, that's like my real goal. Yeah. So, teach them about tax brackets, teach them about 401k plans, teach them about all types of health insurance. I want to build like a solid foundation. So when a fighter comes with $1 million, I can say, look, this is for taxes, this is for 401k, this is how much you're going to spend this year, and this is for health insurance. And then in 10 years, this is, if you keep building up, that's what it'll be. So that's like one of my goals. That's one of my business ideas. Hopefully nobody beats me to the race. But
because Dan, like you said, they don't got medical or nothing. He has all that.
Oh,
word.
Like a will.
I have medical
to
him.
Fighters don't have a will. Fighters don't have trust. They don't know about none of that stuff.
Yeah.
They don't have an estate. They don't have life insurance. They don't have none of that. I guarantee you. Ask any fighter, they don't have none of that.
And half of them probably don't even pay taxes.
So that's what I want to do. I want to help you set up a silent foundation where you got health insurance, life insurance, a will, a trust, some 401k plan, something like that. So even if another fighter listens to this, maybe they could learn from this and
absolutely
do that, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's so smart, Danny, man. Salute to you, man. You're having a heart like that. And you know what? Like your father said, from the old school, it was always each one teach one, man. Like something you ain't know somebody to teach you, man. It's back to that. So by you being the age you are and you coming out and you giving back, that's amazing, man. I love that, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for doing this, man.
Let me ask you this, Danny. I this fight. Let's get back to the fight. December the 5th, AT&T Stadium, Arlington, Texas. This is the WBC IBF Welterweight Championship. Danny, what happened with Keith Thurman and what happened with Sean Porter is like your father said, Angel, bad choices. They were too close for comfort. And came in with the short end of the stick. You left it to the judges.
Exactly.
Right.
How do you feel going into this fight with Errol Spence, who has never been knocked out? You're typically somewhat of a slow starter, and you pick up and you start getting your rhythm. What do you do different in this fight than you ever done before? Are you going to start faster? What's the game plan? I
just felt like, I got to be me, but I just got to be a little more dominant. I think that was the difference in those two fights. I didn't do that much extra, but they didn't do it either. It was them type of fights where you just, I thought I won, they thought they won. That was them type of fights, But I just feel like all I got to do is do a little more. Be a little more dominant, and the fight is mine.
Those fighters aren't Errol Spence Jr., though. It's going to be a little different. Do you feel like you got to knock them out in order to walk away victorious?
I just feel like I got to go in there and do my thing. You feel me? I just got to feel like I got to go in there and do my thing and go in there and dominate him. Yeah, go after him.
Talk to him. What you say, you got to go in there and take that, Danny. It ain't nothing else but go in there and take that. There's no mistakes, but just go in there and take that. All I can say is this. If he bring that same performance that he fought Sean against you, it's not going to be a good night for Errol Spence. I let him know that right now. If he fought the same way, if he bring that same type of energy that he fought against Sean Porter, which I felt was a controversial, whatever. I thought it was a draw. I thought it was a draw personally, but whatever. But if he bring that same energy, I think that if his back against the rope, you're a different type of buncher. You're a better boxer. It's gonna be a long night. Like I said, your corner's smart. It's about adjustments, and you make great adjustments. And I know that anything that he come with, that he's not gonna be ready for them adjustments, and they know that too. They got to be ready for that, knowing that you and your father make great adjustments, man.
Are you right? Listen, when Danny start putting leather on him, the answer's gonna be, will he be able to handle that shit?
Absolutely.
When he start putting that leather on him. When he start putting that leather on him, it's gonna be, will he be able to answer to that shit? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Stuart? Listen.
That's it.
No, you're right. He got to start landing that fucking leather on his ass.
And there
We're
you
going
go.
to Texas. We coming back champions.
That's what I'm talking about, man. I love this, man.
We coming back champions. I don't give a shit what they got. We taking that shit.
Let's see it, baby. Angel, thank you for being on the show. Yo, Danny, love you, man. Good luck to you.
Love you too, man.
Yo, Angel, man. Salute to you, Angel, man. Y'all keep going on. Keep doing what y'all keep shining, man.
Thank you, brother. Man. Appreciate y'all.
Man. Keep shining.
Soon as this Corona thing's over, we back in New York to party.
Woo! Let us know. I'll zoom in.
Yes.